They say laughter is the best medicine.
Would you like some warm nuts, sir?
Warm nuts, she says.
After watching these shows, suffice it to say, we're cured. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 funniest TV shows of all time.
You own 12 t-shirts! I paid for them! Your Autonomics, you disgraced! You disgraced my business!
For this list, hilarity is the main criteria. We've looked at everything: scripted shows, sketch comedy, animated series, you name it. If the show makes us laugh, it has a chance to make our list.
I'm alone in a cave, training.
Anyone else want to chime in?
Number 10, South Park.
All right, listen up. My name is PC Principal. I don't know about you, but frankly, I'm sick and tired of how minority groups are marginalized in today's society. I'm here because this place is lost in a time warp.
You can hardly imagine the things that can happen in a quiet little redneck podunk white trash mountain town. Thankfully, Trey Parker and Matt Stone can. And they've had audiences begging for more since they first debuted Stan, Kyle, Cartman, and Kenny as paper cutouts.
Oh my God! They killed Kenny! You bastards!
What? Who? Who killed him?
They did.
Who's they?
You know, they. They're bastards.
Originally focusing on the misadventures of these smart-mouthed kids, the show has since reinvented itself to become the most brutal, honest, and downright hilarious political and social satire on television.
Eric, you march right up to your room.
I don't think
and
so, man.
Eric, you get your butt to bed.
No means no, Bill Cosby.
I told you to go upstairs right now.
Whoa, Mom, what the hell?
This town and its vast array of increasingly hysterical characters put America in its place week after week. But really, how can you be offended? It's South Park.
And so the party journeyed onward. The great wizard, the skillful ranger, and the covetous Jew. I'm a paladin, Cartman. Jews can't be paladins.
Number 9, Friends. Six good-looking singles in their late 20s living in New York City. You'd be forgiven for being skeptical of this show's originality. But Friends took this familiar concept and repackaged it into a comedy phenomenon.
You know what? Okay, fine. Don't get up. You just sit right there. I just hope you don't mind, my hand right here. Oh. Oh, not touching. Can't get mad. Not touching. Can't get mad.
The antics of Rachel, Monica, Phoebe, Chandler, Ross, and Joey connected with the audience on so many levels, spawning catchphrases, hairstyles, water fountain dances, and we're sure several moves to the Big Apple.
Well, what kind of guy are you looking for? Well, someone that has his own tux, or the ability to rent a tux.
So he has to be a male who has at least $50.
Ooh, so close.
At its core, though, it is pure comedy gold, as it highlights the crazy scenarios, sarcasm, inside jokes, thoughtfulness, and at times thoughtlessness, and of course the genuine love we all experience with those we consider our closest friends.
What can I do to show you how much I want you to be there?
You could drink the fat.
Hi, welcome to an adult conversation.
Number 8, Saturday Night Live. Take a look at a few of the names on the original cast of SNL. Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, Chevy Chase, Jane Curtin.
What about this? Johnny Human Torch. It's a bag of oily rags and a lighter.
These comedy legends started a show that has since included over 140 brilliant cast members. Lorne Michaels' conception of a sketch comedy show that takes itself seriously. SNL has become America's go-to for both silly sketches and politically scorching burns.
In the wake of bin Laden's death, Al Adel was chosen because of his military background, his youth, and because he was the last one to shout, "Not it."
Each generation of cast members continues to redefine the show, keeping it a relevant staple of our television diet. SNL has launched countless careers and spawned so many beloved movies. We're not sure where comedy would be without it.
What the heck are you doing here? Hey, just a second.
Okay.
Just a second here.
Show my motto to ma. Wakuraka?
Mother of mercy, I don't speak Japanese!
Number 7, Arrested Development.
Who are these people?
This is my family.
No, No, I don't like these people.
Michael Bluth and his morally corrupt, narcissistic family pushed the boundaries of television from the very first episode. While its original run may have ended too early, we savor every despicable moment they treated us to. The cast is brilliant, from Will Arnett's brutally harsh magician Job, to Portia de Rossi's spoiled, judgmental Lindsay, to Jessica Walter's dominating Lucille.
If you're saying I play favorites, you're wrong. I love all my children equally. I don't care for Job.
Did we mention the main cast also includes Michael Cera, Tony Hale, Jeffrey Tambor, David Cross, and Jason Bateman? Through Never Nudes, Questionable Love Affairs, The Chicken Dance, and so much more, Arrested Development gives us the best moments of the worst people.
I don't want your forgiveness, Dad. I want the guy with the one arm and the fake blood, J. Walter Weatherman. How do I get a hold of him?
He's dead. You killed him when you left the door open with the air conditioner on.
For God's sakes, Dad, he's not dead.
Number 6, The Office.
Are we ready for the game? Yeah, I know, grumble, grumble, but you would follow me to the ends of the earth, grumbling all the way.
Michael, Dwight, Jim, Pam. These characters will live in our hearts forever. Ricky Gervais's UK version changed sitcoms through the fake documentary premise, but it's the US version that perfected it.
I am Michael Scott. I am the captain of this party.
I'm Captain Jack. I'm captain of the ship. I'm also captain of anyone who sets foot on the ship. Hi, welcome aboard.
Okay. In an office, when you are ranking people, manager is higher than captain.
Balancing uproarious situations, an outstanding ensemble cast of characters, and storylines audiences found themselves truly invested in, The Office had us caring about what we were laughing at. Whether it was Michael's immature efforts to lead his workers, or Jim's torturing of Dwight. Anyone who works in an office will tell you this show hits close to home, as we can find real versions of these characters in pretty much any cubicle.
Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way. I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
Number 5, Fawlty Towers.
I have to put up with from you people. You punts in here expecting to be waited on hand and foot while I'm trying to run a hotel here.
It's hard to believe this show only ran for 2 seasons over 4 years. That amounts to only 12 episodes. Maybe it's the reruns that have us feeling like the show never left the air. Maybe it's wishful thinking. Either way, John Cleese's Basil Fawlty, the titular hotel he runs, and the cast of workers he employs are cemented in comedy history, thanks to the incredibly funny and outrageous situations they somehow found themselves in.
No, he told me to shut up.
You what? He said it to me.
Oh, no, I was looking at you, but I was talking to Polly, wasn't I, Polly?
Oh, yes.
Did you notice then that I was looking at you but talking to her?
What?
You see, he was looking at you, but talking to me.
Basil never really succeeds in raising the tone of his hotel, but that's okay, because each problem provided audiences with an endless supply of laughs. Sure enough, a stay at Fawlty Towers would have us in stitches.
Yeah, watch! Who's this then? Strike you, but I'll do the funny more. He
Number 4, Monty Python's Flying Circus.
And now for something completely different.
We wouldn't be doing our duty if we didn't pay homage to the original sketch comedy masterpiece. Gut-wrenchingly funny, Flying Circus didn't need to attack pop culture to get laughs. Instead, they relied on creativity and silliness to find unique ways to have viewers falling out of their seats.
I didn't expect a kind of Spanish Inquisition.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition amongst our weaponry.
With that said, Flying Circus feared no one, and you never knew what to expect from their show, except hilarity, of course. There are so many brilliant sketches we can't vouch for just one. Do yourself a favor, sit down, pull up Python, and prepare to laugh.
Tell me something, do you have any cheese at all?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm going to ask you that question once more. And if you say no, I'm going to shoot you through the head. Now, do you have any cheese at all?
No.
Number 3, I Love Lucy.
What's the matter? What you standing up for?
Because 2 gorgeous ladies entered the room.
They did? Where? They mean us.
5 Emmy Awards, a Peabody Award, and 4 years as the most watched television show in the United States are all we need as proof. this show was fantastic. I Love Lucy broke barriers, as Lucille Ball paved the way for women in comedy.
Honey, please, you're holding up the game.
Well, I can't decide whether to throw away my 2 queens or my 3 kings.
It was also one of the first television shows to depict pregnancy, as well as one of the first to depict a multi-ethnic couple. These feats aside, the show was also flat out funny. Lucy's daffy personality and the schemes she and husband Ricky found themselves in were outrageous to say the least. If this show is anything, it's timeless. So, thank God for syndication.
Now you take some.
Oh. It's so tasty, too.
Number 2, The Simpsons.
I didn't do it.
Homer, Bart, Lisa, Marge, Maggie, and in fact every citizen in the incredibly lovable town of Springfield are by far some of the funniest and most recognizable people ever.
I swear it's Springfield's only choice. Throw up your hands and raise your voice. Monterey. What's it called? Monterey. Once again.
Not bad for an animated show. The Simpsons very quickly became a pop culture phenomenon, as audiences connected with each character. Homer and Bart were the initial standouts, but all of Springfield has since found a way into our hearts, as the show uses each character, regardless of significance, to tackle every issue imaginable.
Please, Lisa, I thought you loved me.
And yes, Futurama is bitingly funny too, but let's face it, if it's worth our time, The Simpsons will do it.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
You wouldn't even hear me out. Find the bathroom all right?
Yeah.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
I love this!
All right, I'm using my whip. What does that do? This. Ow! All right, cut one out!
Oh!
Jerry!
Oh my God.
I got this, baby.
What did you do? Now that 2 people are dirty.
Well, 3.
Hey, I'm Dave Chappelle, and I'm here to say a few words about America's premier casting agent. Of course, I'm talking about Jerry Jacobs. She sucks ass.
Number 1, Seinfeld.
You know in your mind that they had to have sex at least once to have you. But you still kind of maintain the image in your head that, well, I don't know, I'm not positive, I can't prove it.
The show about nothing ended up meaning everything to television audiences. Jerry, George, Elaine, and Kramer are characters psychologists could study for years, probably in Vienna. Incapable of growth, each represents the inner desires and held-back screams we all feel, but are too nice to voice.
We thought you were gonna wind up on the street.
Grounded in reality, but bordering on the outrageous, viewers relate to every episode's crazy scenarios. The show launched an insane amount of catchphrases still in use today. Soup Nazi, close talker, yada yada yada, shrinkage, anti-dentite, double dip, sponge-worthy, master of your domain, serenity now. The list is endless.
What did I miss?
Well, after ordering, Mr. Seinfeld and Mr. Costanza debated on whether or not Iron Man wore some sort of undergarment between his skin and his iron suit.
Television can be thankful this show was real, and it was spectacular.
Shut your trap and stop kicking the seats! We're trying to watch the movie!
Do you agree with our list? What do you think is the funniest TV show of all time?
Okay. How many dirty, stinking apes does it take to screw in a light bulb?
For more hilarious top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Seinfeld, 4.